Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena, a sort of a final check mark on every given format. I try very hard behind the scenes to build a deck of every color combination that I feel can work and potentially get somebody who absolutely loves that color combination to Mythic. That is a little low-key goal that I keep in the back of the channel. And I don't talk about it too often. Every now and then at the outro, I'll say, I think this will get you to Mythic, usually if people are unsure. And I try to find it for all of the guilds. I don't usually work on the shards. I'm not much of a shard gamer. I'm much more likely to play, you've probably noticed, an Azorius deck or a Dimir deck than I am to play, say, an Esper deck. I try to keep it to 2 colors, only going into 3rd colors when I think it's very important or something really special going on. But for the guilds, for the 10 guilds and the 5 mono colors, I always try to find at least one deck every single format that you could play if you wanted to, if that's your jam. And Simic has been the toughest of challenges. It really has. It's been a very, 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 very difficult season to be a Simic gamer, as they just lack so many of the tools that you need. But I think I may have found a build that that you can play as a Simic mage that doesn't just completely roll over to the meta. And this is a build built around Shigeki, Jukai Visionary, probably surprising no one. You've seen this card in the Golgari builds. By now, I've tried this card in all kinds of decks. The channel ability of returning stuff from the graveyard creates endless loops, and when you combine it with Colossal Sky Turtle, you can just keep doing this over and over, picking up more and more cards from the graveyard. The problem was what to put around it. A lot of the new ramp spells that I've tried were not very good. Cards like Emergent Sequence and Tangled Florahedron just died. Cards like, there are some of the news ones. Azusa's Many Journeys, I think, was a card that consistently ended up being a trap and letting me down. So in the end, I just ended up running an insane amount of land and ramp spells. What do we have here? 28 land, plus we have a Seagate Restoration, plus we have 4 field trips, we have Roiling Regrowth with Prosperous Innkeeper, and we have Quandrix Cultivator, and Shigeki, Jukai Visionary, of course, can hit lands. Just so many lands. And then a flurry of bounce spells. 10 bounce spells in total if you count Fading Hope, Quandrix Command, and Colossal Sky Turtle as potential weapons. The thing is, once you get enough mana, and once you're in these mid-range fights, you can use Shigeki to every turn get back Sky Turtle and a number of other bounce spells and Cyclone Summoner, and just completely reset the mid-range player's board over and over so that they can't actually win. They can draw a lot of cards, they can do a lot of things that look good, but they can't win. And if you play it carefully, they can't get rid of your stuff and exile it forever because you're consistently bouncing it back to your own hand using the bounce effects. Eventually, even if you drag the game into super deep water, you end up with cards like Coma that just take over the game because they can't actually kill it. So you make enough coils, and you don't deck because you have 2 copies of Quandrix commands that can shuffle themselves back into your deck over and over and over. So they're going to run out of cards before you. You have this inevitability engine, but there are a lot of games you get into where it's very hard to win, but as long as you just don't lose, you have a chance. This deck has a number of little tricks that I hope I get to show off. A lot of you will ask, why the Roiling Regrowth? Well, say that I have to play my Seagate Restoration on turn 2. I'm going to want to sacrifice it to use Roiling Regrowth, so that's in the graveyard, so I can get it back with Shigeki. This also works with Boseiju and Otawara. Shigeki cannot return them to you, but you can sacrifice them to the Roiling Regrowth, put them back in your deck, or put them into the graveyard, and then you can shuffle them back into your deck with Quandrix Command. And while this doesn't seem like an overly powerful effect, oh, you can get them back with the Sky Turtle as well from the graveyard. This doesn't seem like an overly powerful effect, but it's just part of the toolbox because this deck needs all the tricks to compete. I've won a good amount of games on my iPad, and I've played against a lot of mid-range, like Esper Planeswalkers, is a very interesting matchup with this deck. I hope I get to show it to you. If we're on the draw and our opponent goes, tax effect, we're probably not going to win. But if we get the mid-range matchups that have become pretty common in the meta, I hope I can show you what the deck can really do, because I've been having a good time playing it, and the pressure is on now. I've got to do it on the channel. So let's dive in. Let the Simic nonsense begin. Bapron. We go first. Our hand is good. We've got bounce and ramp. No creature. Okay, I twitch. Does imply mid-range. Mid-range implies winnable. I do need something to bounce with these Fading Hopes, though. Our own Cyclone Summoners would be nice. Okay, they did nothing. Might be a Deadly Dispute. Pretty early for the Seagate Restoration, but the Field Trip should help. Maybe we'll end up getting back Field Trip with the Sky Turtle. Alright. Alright, are they going to come up with a ramp into Planeswalker kind of start? I basically always get the Environmental Sciences early, until I've spent them. You just need to hit every land drop with this deck. You want to play every land drop till you have about 20 on the field. Then you can start thinking that ramping's not important anymore. Because what you're really trying to do is Shigeki for days. Okay, this is a good start for us. Alright, let's get an island. Because Field Trip gets forest. Let's play this. Let's use Colossal Sky Turtle. We're going to get back Field Trip and cast it again. Then maybe we can cast Seagate Restoration. We don't really care what they do, as long as it doesn't do too much damage to us. Cyclone Summoner resets all. Yep, Lolth. Usually a very scary card.
Are you enraptured by my beauty? Or do you fear it? I will cull the weak.
Again. Same plan. I might bounce one of these spiders, just to keep the pressure low. You gotta watch out for the pressure. Of course, Cyclone Summoner is pretty excited, but I really do want another turn to cast the Seagate Restoration. It feels weird.
To bargain with me.
I'm telling you, just let them draw all the cards they could want. Let them do whatever the heck they want to. It feels weird, but it's right. Or at least it is when you play this deck. Yeah. Keep the pressure low. Don't really want to be attacked for 10 next turn, or 10 total combined over the 2 turns. Okay, they draw more cards, because why wouldn't they?
A gift in exchange for loyalty.
That's what you want to see. So, the Seagate Restoration is in the deck for a very specific purpose. Oh, they run Valky. Okay. And the reason is no max hand size. So that when we do finally go crazy with Shigeki, the no max hand size comes in to be a big deal. Eventually, we can just keep picking up our whole graveyard and have it in our hand. Have kind of endless bounce spells, every mana source on the battlefield. Hopefully you'll get to see it here. Had a feeling they'd be doing something like that. I thought about playing Otawara just to have a Fading Hope if they did that. I think it's going to be okay, though. Because I think this Cyclone Summoner is going to fix a lot. Fix everything. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to leave mana up, so I don't want to use the Field of Ruin here. Don't need double green unless we were going to play the Innkeeper. Really don't need to. But we might need double Fading Hope for double Vanishing Verse. Oh wait, I only have one Fading Hope. I cast one. Wouldn't change a thing. Here they come. Boing. Okay, they do not have Vanishing Verse, just Rite of Oblivion. Cool. Now we just have to find Shigeki and get these Fading Hopes back to hand. We actually don't have any Graveyard Recursion yet. We put the hook back out. Alright, let's have one of these middling little intermediate turns where we just get more land and get more life. Pretty important part of the game plan is playing out these Innkeepers and these turtles and getting more land. Still don't think I want to play these. These being the legendary lands. They have plenty of utility here. Man, Tybalt's going to be a problem, though. I'm going to have to find a way to blow up this land. I don't know if I can. Basic Mountain isn't something you see every day nowadays. Yeah, these don't blow up basic. The bright side is if they play my spells, I can bounce them to my own hand with the Summoner. But maybe they're going to use it to try to deck me. Ugh. Gets you 1 damage. Farewell. They want to exile my graveyard. Creatures, artifacts, and graveyards. Okay. So in response, we could give up the Quandrix Command loop to save 2 Fading Hopes and a Seagate Restoration. I don't think that's worth it. But we could also bounce like back our Cultivator and such. Okay, if they're going to play Farewells, we're probably not going to end up in a situation where we're looping this anyway. So I guess we do this. I also want to sacrifice these. All right. Shuffle. Return. Return. They did pick creatures. Yeah, they did. Okay. Let's get you and you and you. Because the Fading Hopes are a key part of the end game. Without question. They keep their hook. They spent a lot of mana on that, though. There's Shigeki, right on time. Maybe we're just serving them up 7 damage for making me mad. Yeah. That sounds fun. Keep the islands, get the islands, keep the forests because of Field Trip. Once they take 7 from a Hall of the Storm Giants, they start getting on the back foot really fast. Because now they do have to think about those hits. Okay, Professor.
If I won't be,
They don't have enough mana now to stop a Hall.
I'll make my own. You'll learn the power of death.
Okay. No blocker. Certainly is tempting to serve them up another 7 damage. We can also just bounce their Onyx. Now you're at 7. Do we let you have this? This also bounces Onyx. Also, now the Hall of Storm Giants wins through a trigger. Guess I should have used that before the attack. Could play the Shigeki. If they spend time killing it, can they stop the Hall? Unclear. I think we just pass. Now we just have to get up to the mana where we can play a Cyclone Summoner, and we can also activate an attack with Hall. We're getting close. Here's Lolth.
My children drench their hands in the blood of my enemies.
Of course they do.
What I want.
Take out your hook. Don't need that life gain. Coma. Yeah? Coma becomes a problem, doesn't she? But Onyx. Onyx is a problem for Coma. Hit him like a cyclone. Y'all remember how we do? Gonna keep the 5-mana lull tax on him, and then end step here. We can use Shigeki to get back Quandrix Command and Quandrix Cultivator, which will keep moving the mana towards what we want to move towards. The eventual hit from the Hall of the Storm Giants. The opponent's in an awkward spot. They can't use their instant speed removal on anything other than the Hall. So they might have it, but they couldn't use it there. Doomscar. Okay. Cool. Lolth again. Alright, we just need a land now.
You reek with terror. Exquisite.
1 mana open.
Will be rewarded.
2 mana open. Okay, so I think what we do now is this. Neat little trick. Tapping now? What have you got? Changing mind? I think we go for it, because I don't know what combination of cards they could have that kill us, so we just do this really weak-looking Shigeki play, but it's probably lethal. No stick. Power up. Beautiful. Simic! Taking down the Planeswalker piles. Let's go. Alright, we play first. We don't have any ramp till 4. It's very concerning. But we have a Fading Hope. Ashiok Sleeves means they might play Control, which would give us time. And 2 cards we couldn't draw against white, so... frickin' white-listed mono-white. However, you play against black, you play against Eye Twitch. These cards look really good. Okay. Okay. Nice and easy. I'm going to try to hide the greenness. They smell weakness when they see that I'm playing Simic every time. They're like, oh, haha. I guess I can move in and go wide here. I guess they see the Tide Channel pathway, but maybe they don't know what to make of it. Okay. That's a draw. Right on curve. We're going to get a... Nope, no Deadly Dispute. So they play blue as well. Black blue. They have Kaido. Yep.
You'll never see me come.
No Ninja.
Now this is a juicy secret.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Nothing but mana. We don't want to get to 7 for a summoner. We want to get to 8 for summoner plus Fading Hope to save the summoner. Grixis. Sure. Wow, just smash that Quandrix Cultivator into the ground. Good for you. I wonder how many counterspells they play. It's very hard to beat counterspells, even though the Shigeki loop gets around it. I think I both Seiju here if they power up Hive. I don't want to show them the field. I would love for them to spend their turn on Hive. Nope.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
Uh-huh. Hive is a serious problem for the deck in general. Attacking the graveyard actually has consequences for us. So we'll just get rid of it. All that open mana. I have to assume they can kill Cyclone Summoner again, and we don't have to be in a rush. We need to thin our deck, give ourselves the best chances to draw cards that aren't lands or ramp, so we can get to Shigeki. And they really killed this last time, so... Like, they destroyed this Quandrix Cultivator. Now they're going Deadly Dispute, sure. What else could they need? Just more cards? Also, anybody who can counter Cyclone Summoner is a big problem. Like, if they have Disdainful Stroke. These decks often run Test of Talents, though. Yep, you've got 1,000,000 cards. We've seen this all before. That turn 1 eye twitch, definitely going to try to go the distance.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
They look like they have plenty of basics for a Grixis deck. I'm wondering if I should be trying to take out their blue sources. Probably. The amount of times you can use a Field of Ruin in these games is also pretty impressive if things break a certain way. Okay. Wow. Do not need a Fading Hope there. What loyalty are you? 7. Okay, so I guess we're playing Cyclone Summoner anyway, and that's the thinking. Okay. Do I give them 2 mana here? If they played Disdainful Stroke, they would have left up Disdainful Stroke, right? Still, I don't have to be in a rush to use a Field of Ruin. That's kind of silly. Boing. Next we can Field Trip Teachings, which is very fun. Get a little draw 3 action. Invoke Despair. Okay. We'll set up to do this again in a minute. Let them draw the living crap out of their deck. We go to 10, so we do have to gain some life back at some point. Invoke Despair. I guess I should start taking out some of their black sources to at least try to make things awkward. Yeah, Invoke Despair is a tough one. I wonder if that means I'm supposed to get basic Conjuration instead? Because of the life gain? Maybe. Let's see what we draw. Another Summoner, okay? Yeah, interesting choices. I think it's still supposed to be Teachings, though. We end up at 2 next turn, potentially just burned out. Innkeepers are in our deck. Like, there's a number of things we can draw, though, that we can play. Let's try. Yep, Innkeepers are in our deck, like I said. Let's see if they decide to hook those. Very cowardly attack so far. Are you a burn deck or aren't you? There you go. I'm still hoping they won't kill these. That they won't see them as much of a threat. And as expected, players of this type cannot go a turn without activating a Kaito. They cannot turn down that card. It's so juicy. Uh-huh. I mean, Cyclone Summoner does not care.
You fight for me.
Still no cut. No, we're still missing an important part of the puzzle. No Shigekis. How much is Meat Hook for? Not quite enough. In this deck, please. I love how I said Innkeepers in my deck. We had drawn none. We drew like 3 out of 4 cards. Just need a Shigeki, though. Shigeki, and we are rolling.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
If I could have done something different this game, I don't think I'd have grabbed Environmental Sciences with the very first field trip. I'd have grabbed a basic Conjuration or a Teachings. I'm always paranoid I'm going to miss a key land drop on the quest for Cyclone Summoner, but I think we were in a good enough position there that we could have just bailed on that. Playing all these 1-drops again? Yeah? Okay. Next turn they can potentially play Hook, right? Or no, they didn't have a basic, did they? No, they had this island. Did they not have a land for turn? No, they still have a land. They have a land they don't want to play. Ah-ha-ha. Oh, cool. That's a great draw. Just kidding. I think we play around Meat Hook here. Yeah, I think we play around Meat Hook here. Oh, they scoop? Oh, they didn't like that. Wow. I would say they were still in a very advantaged position, but I guess they don't have enough ways to kill Cyclone Summoners. Wow. I can't believe they scooped that. Gandalf. Oh, goodness gracious. It's raining blood in here. On the draw is pretty rough, but At least we have 2 drops. No cheap white creatures. Don't do it. Don't Thalia. Don't you do it. Life is hard. Life is pain. Alright, gonna go for Shigeki here. Don't know if that's the right play, but try to prevent some damage and get ramp out of Shigeki. Easy mode for the opponent, but if they attack here, they lose Thalia. So they don't. Innkeeper. Get a little life gain cooking. We're gonna need it. We don't have any big powerful effects yet, though. Gonna have to find Cyclone Summoners. If we don't draw Cyclone Summoners, we can't win. I mean, this isn't the matchup we want. We can usually win anyway. We're kind of screwed just by basis of what we're playing against. But drawing a bunch of Cyclone Summoners is the way out. That is very rude. No like that. Okay. Okay, opponent, come on now. What you doing? Prevent 5 damage or kill a 1/1. Let's go with the prevent 5 damage line. This also helps... Oh, come on. Did I really just miss? 28 land in the deck? Thank you, Magic the Gathering. Always so good to me. You can't script this stuff, man. They go. We are on play. Strong draw. Love to see it. Woof woof, come and get it. Man, they have consistency over here. I'd say that they were playing Dog Tribal if this were 2 years ago. Little M21 Dog Tribal. Spikefield Cave. Little is it gamer. Okay. What you got? They have a lot of cards. I'm going to grab Teachings. We still have 2 more lands. Well, 1 more land and an Innkeeper. But yeah, I know we're on Destination Coma. It's a good time to draw our 1 of Coma, that's for sure. How about another Innkeeper? How about a Teachings? Draw 3? Sweet. Go. What do you make of that? Oh, I have enough to also back up Coma with Fading Hope. So good. Alright, a little hazard. No big deal. No windfall this turn. I bet you haven't seen this card in a minute. And there's no more Divide by 0. What you got? Coil acquired, but I don't think I'm using it to tap a land here. We just want to protect Coma. Make sure our indestructible snake gets through the turn alive. If they tap out for a gold span, I will use it then. Oh yeah, you are in trouble. Get out. Ramp into Coma. What format is this? All right, on the play with Shigeki on 2. Let's go. Let's hold the Seagate Restoration. We might get there. Jeez, can you put those wings away? It's freaking dangerous. Our opponent's playing aggro because they have Partner's Avatar and just no imagination or creativity. So here we go. This is like as hard as the matchups get. It doesn't get worse than this, to be honest. Let's see what happens. Ooh, Fading Hope's a good draw. Fading Hope's a good draw. Another on top. We're gonna mill it though, so maybe that wasn't a good play. Also, taking out the Sky Turtle is very sad. Maybe the right play was to channel the Sky Turtle there. I don't know. Do we ramp here? Yeah. As much as I love that Fading Hope. I should have put it on the bottom just to give myself more chances at land. That was a bit too risky. Again, I'm greedy like that. Come on in, Elena! Nope. Okay. Get this into the yard. Get these out of the deck and onto the field. Draw Cyclone Summoner, have a chance. Draw Cyclone Summoner, have a chance. Just give me a chance. Denied a chance. All right, well, we'll try to turn off Alana and Elena, maybe even catch them without a basic. Okay, basics. Easy. Cyclone Summoner one time, come on. Come on, man. Come on. There is a summoner down there. We need time, though. Time's gonna be hard to come by at 10 life. 2 Fading Hopes. Is 1 Fading Hope enough to live? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. I don't think we're gonna get there, guys. Opponent went too wide too fast. Can hope they make a mistake, I guess. Put the counter in the wrong place. But please reban this card. It's a very infuriating card. One, 2, and then I can only cast 1 spell, and if I bounce this, I'm dead. Because these cost 2. Didn't even leave up the blue. Thank you, deck. You're really cool. So I could have bounced 2 creatures there if I bounced the Thalia, but if I bounce Thalia and 1, I go to 1. And if I also play the untapped land, so yeah, I goofed, but I might have been able to pull another turn. On the play, yep, ramp, none. Wow. Wow, there's 5/7 drops in the deck. Well, not counting the turtle. I've drawn 3 of them. That's so bad. Ramp decks, guys. Am I right? Okay. I guess we have to make this count. Part of me says that this Fading Hope is a disaster because we're just down too many cards. But maybe we draw a Field Trip. We can make up that card disadvantage. Hey! That was easier than I expected. Oh, now we're ramping up really nice. It's just going to be about drawing the right card. Oh, please don't counter this. Please don't counter this. But we will not be afraid. We will not live in fear. Okay, cool. Esper Shizuki. All right. All right, settle in, guys. They assembled Tron of basic land, too. Weird.
I've got all kinds of connections.
Alright, let's get the Quandrix Cultivator down. Possible Seagate Restoration coming up. I don't think it's worth baiting hoping. I mean, we've kind of showed in the past, just let them draw all these cards. It's fine. This is fine.
What do we have here?
I mean, surely they're going to try to defend Kaido somehow. Maybe we can bounce a token. Oh, geez. I wonder if they have a Wandering Emperor. Probably. All right, so we go... What do we do here? Green? Blue. They're not going to do anything in response to this. So this is going to let us get really low on cards so we can get draw 3 off Teachings. Because they don't want to show us the Wandering Emperor. Okay, now we have the Cyclone Summoner. So we just don't want to lose these. I mean, we could bounce our own Quandrix Cultivator. But Cyclone Summoner does that for us. And the question, as always, will be: do they play counter spells for the Wandering Emperor, for our Cyclone Summoner? But often they do not.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
We could go for Fading Hopes on the 2/2s. If they just try to leave mana open. I think I'm just going to try to Seagate them. If they use a counterspell on that, maybe they don't have one for the Summoner. Weird. Alright, so I think I can get a response out of them if I use the Fading Hopes, but if I use the Fading Hopes, my Seagate's bad, so we'll just wait. A lot of these don't run... they don't run many counter spells. Wow, that's a lot of land. Careful what you wish for. I think they have another Wandering Emperor, no attack. March. Boing. No life gained. Well, we're not going to miss a land drop for a really long time. We really just drew 5 out of 6 cards land, didn't we? Classic.
We've got the edge in this fight.
Settle in.
Now, what do we have here?
Esper Planeswalkers. This is the matchup. The one that we can often win just by being an absolute grind machine. Yeah, the Bankbuster version. Oh, yeah. Bring them out. Bring them all out. Shigeki's in here somewhere, and we'll find Shigeki. Second Summoner. Yeah, you draw that card. You're You're going to discard the hand size, but you make sure you draw that card. I don't have a maximum hand size. I can do this all day. Oh no. What do we do? Care to try again? Better play Kaito and make a ninja. Am I streaming? I feel like somebody's telling them what to do. Just kidding. Lesson? What lesson are we learning right now? Not to mess with CGB, that's the lesson. They do have to keep hitting land drops to even try to keep up, so that's a pretty good pick. But now they're discarding, so let's see what they drop. Teaching's probably not a great rate. Bankbusters, okay. Well, what can you do? Alright, let's have this turn to develop mana. Shigeki, awesome draw. Of course. Always is. Yeah, just pass from here. It's fine. This is fine. We can do this all day.
I know something you don't know.
Once we start like getting back Field Trip, actually, oh man, Shigeki getting back Seagate is kind of wow. All right, my turn. Yeah, let's start picking on the lands. They can't have infinite basics in their 3-color deck, so eventually you start cutting off their mana generation. I mean, you're going to have to discard using it now, unless you play something else, but whatever. However they want to play Magic, right? Then Channel. Get back Seagate. I'm reminded of Teferi. I got time. What do you think? Do we give him a Cyclone Summoner? I think we may as well. We've got enough of them. If they kill one, I'm not going to cry. Not to mention, we don't have to click through priority for this turn cycle. That's just a good quality of life move. I'm telling you, they can't go a turn without their Kaido Shizuki nonsense.
Not even there.
They can't do it. Alright, shall we do this again? Nice value reload turn. Make sure we get all the land out of our deck. One to go. One, two, three, four, five. No real reason to Cyclone Summon again. Can play Coma, though. Ooh! Let's start the Coma power train. That card does some damage. Planeswalker decks, especially if we don't attack with it, never expose it to the Wandering Emperor. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh no! The ninja! Can't block it. Just can't do it.
Now, what do we have here?
Oh, they have a soul transfer. Okay. Let's see if they have an instant speed way to get this effect. Do not want Coma exiled. Ooh. Are they going to take the Coma here? They don't take the Shigeki. I'm going to draw my whole graveyard. Just warning you. All right. They took the Coma. I think I'll find a way to win without Coma. Just saying. You go to 3. I am ready. I am ready to Shigeki this graveyard. Come to Papa. Opponent does not believe there is ever a time to block. They must have some kind of sweeper here, though.
A juicy secret.
I mean, you have to deal with the board, then you have to deal with the haul. I don't know how the heck you're going to do that. Grab your blue Mountain Dew. You gotta stay awake while the opponent figures this one out. A Doomscar. My turn. Uh-huh. Alright, well. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 5 cards. 6, 7 cards. Who wants to come back and play? I mean, this is just silly, but why wouldn't we? The real question is, should I just finish them? Or should I show them the meaning of pain? Oh my lord. So what do you got? You're dead. You are dead. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and while getting taxed and attacked by small white creatures is never, ever, I think, going to be a game plan, like a game that Simic can usually win, you can, in fact, steal many games from all manner of mid-range and control decks using this particular pile of Simic Ramp. You have to be willing to go to full Grind Lord status. You have to be willing to take it all the way down into the bowels of the deck and pull out every piece of the buffalo to just get those wins. But if you figure it out and you can recur Cyclone Summoner, maybe cast it every other turn for the entire game, the opponent probably won't be able to overcome. And if you use all the tactics available to you, such as blowing up all their lands with Fields of Ruin and both Seijus, and eventually taking over with Coma, using Shigeki to get the turtle, to get the Shigeki, to get the turtle, if you put it all together, it is actually really, really both challenging, fun, and consistent to beat all manner of mid-range decks in the meta. So if you are going to play Simic, I think this is what you would play. Can you get to Mythic? Probably late season Mythic, because later in the season, like the second half of the month, like we've just entered, all the players who actually enjoy, those sick, disgusting individuals who enjoy playing aggro, they're already Mythic, because they played a bunch, they spammed their aggro deck like the fools that they are, and they made it to Mythic. So you'll be able to grind up to Mythic, going through the people who brew and play mid-range and control decks using this particular pile. So if you are a Simic gamer, I'm proud to say I have a deck that I think can get you to Mythic. You're welcome. Thank you for watching this video, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. You're cool.